Welcome to Australia, where we still have dinosaurs. And if you are watching this from any other part of the world, then I welcome you. We have a very special Toyota Land Cruiser to show you guys today. This Land Cruiser is a FJ60. It has now been fitted with a very special Toyota Land Cruiser engine from a very late model Land Cruiser Ute. Right, so as I was saying, this 60 Series Land Cruiser is fitted with a pretty special engine and one of my all-time favorite diesel engines from Toyota. It is a straight 6 4.2 litre direct injection 1HD FTE with a factory turbocharger on it. God, I love a 60 Series. How can a bonnet pop feel so mechanical? It's like I am pulling the lever. It feels like they've tried to make all these little things not as nice. And there she is, the 1HD FTE. They are released in HDJ 79 Series Land Cruisers as well as HDJ 100 Series Land Cruisers. This particular one here has been removed from a HDJ 79 Series Toyota Land Cruiser and fitted into this I think it was FJ60. Yes, FJ62 Toyota Land Cruiser 60 Series. It has had a clutch upgrade. It has also had an intercooler upgrade fitted to it. This is from PDI Intercoolers, this front mount here. The pipework, however, is not. You have to understand, while PDI do offer a fantastic replacement intercooler for the front of a 60 Series, it is to pair up with the factory engine such as a 12HT. Now, the injection pump in these is very special because it has something called a spill driver controlling the spill valve on the pump. We can extract over 400 horsepower on that stock fuel system with upgraded injectors. Now, this particular car, it just has the stock fuel injectors and it's producing some pretty great numbers. Reliability, we see these engines with well over 700,000 kilometers very regularly, easily do over 500,000 miles. Even tuned, they're incredibly reliable. They only really start to get a bit of a weak spot around 400 horsepower and 1,000 newton meters with the factory conrods bending. But even still, I have seen those bend and I've seen the cars driving fine for over 12 months. Nothing going wrong. They just decided to replace them. So very tough, very resilient engines. They are obviously a non-common rail engine, which a lot of people like. You get a lot of the benefits of having common rail in terms of like power, reliability, startability, longevity, but without the complications of having complicated common rail fuel systems such as injectors and fuel pump. They are obviously just a single gated turbocharger, so they just have a standard wastegate, the non-VNT here in Australia, although they did come with some VNT options overseas. Yeah, bloody cool. This particular car still has the stock turbocharger running to it. It is still on the factory chassis with leaf springs, which I'll tell you what is a bouncy ride, but that's just how a party goes with these things. I gotta say, one of my favorite things about a 60 Series, without a doubt, and the reason I would love to own one day, is this interior. I have had many old Toyotas over the years, including Corollas and K70s and things like that. This is very esque of that era, this interior. I don't know, I just love it. I think a lot of people also do love that. It's just simple and it's beautiful and it doesn't need to be any more than that. So I'm a big fan of the interior of a 60 Series. But with all that beauty must come some power. So let's jump over to the dyno and take a look at what sort of numbers that this thing's going to make at the wheels and how we've improved the performance of this, because although it's a great engine, the 1HD FTE, it does not come out with any decent amount of horsepower or torque at the rear wheels from factory, but we can certainly fix that. Let's take a look. Hectic. All right, we're back here on the dyno and we just finished running the big 1HD FTE 60 Series up, and I thought we'll take a look at the numbers, see what these engines actually make in stock form as well as tuned. It actually arrived with a bit of a fault in it. It was only making 100 horsepower. Normally they make about 130 horsepower and 300 newton meters at the wheels in factory form. Now, what was that fault? It was actually that the hose to the map sensor had blown off entirely. So no air pressure was getting to that map sensor, meaning that no extra fuel in the ECU was added. So this thing would have been unbelievably slow, but it's been like that ever since it's been converted. So someone's about to have a bloody good day, because just by hooking that up, we went to 130 horsepower and 300 newton meters from 100 horsepower and, you know, like 260 newton meters. So you could almost consider that half the tune done, but not quite, because we make way better numbers than that. So with our Unichip, we are now producing 610 Newton meters at 2000 RPM and well over 200 horsepower. We've got 214 horsepower. Now, what sort of air-fuel ratios and boost pressure are we looking at to run that on the PowerTune? We've got a nice 18:1 AFR. We have about 15 pound of boost, maximum of 17 when it comes in hard down low, where we're going to get that torque, that massive punch of boost down low. So that's the sort of numbers you can expect from a relatively stock tuned 1HD FTE engine. Now, these numbers are entirely safe. We've been doing tuning on these engines for a very, very long time, tuning literally thousands of them now. So we're very confident this car will do 1,000,000 Ks more with those sort of figures in it. So we absolutely love them, and that's why we tune them all day, every day. So there you go. Let's go and drive this thing. These 60 series actually came out with a 2H, I think even a H, I could be wrong, 3F, definitely 3F, 12 HTs as well. My favorite engine that came out in a 60 series is the 12 HT. It's got a big P pump style pump on it, and it is a naughty sounding, also direct injection diesel engine from Toyota back in the 1980s. Factory turbo, not very powerful. Like, you know, when you tune them up and stuff, like, you're lucky to see 160 horsepower fully tapped out on stock fuel pump and whatnot. But, you know, that's all right. It's nothing compared to a 1HD though. Wow. 200 horsepower in this car feels like 1,000 in any other car. The way it bounces and drives. But to have an old 60 like this and actually, you know, have things like the aircon on and the ability to do 100 kilometers an hour, that is pretty cool. That is a luxury that many Toyota owners do not have. Alrighty, we have braved the conditions one more time out on this cyclonic windy day yet again to bring you another rundown on a build here. We've just finished up at HD. So if you are wanting to check out any other builds or work we've done, feel free to jump over to our Instagram. It's hd.automotive. We are on the TikToks and we are on Facebook, HD Automotive. This particular car, obviously we've just tuned, but we do have a whole heap of other videos on some builds and some build recommendations on our channel, including, you know, 300 plus horsepower builds on these engines. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you are joining us from any other country and it's the first time you're watching a video like this, feel free to check us out, and we'd love to chat. We do distribute all our parts all around the world. So if there's anything you're looking for your Land Cruiser, reach out and we can help you out. I'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye.